Hello, everybody. Mount Moriah Cemetery, resting place of Wild Bill Hickok, Calamity Jane, and Sheriff Seth Bullock. So it's a nice 20-degree day. A little snow on the ground.
A little bit.
A little bit.
So now we're going to go climb way up there, somewhere in them there hills, and go see what we can see. You ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Mount Moriah was not the first cemetery in Deadwood. It's actually the second. The first cemetery was located back down like in Deadwood proper. Today it is a residential area. And if you're interested in learning a little bit more about the history of Mount Moriah, how it came to be, and also anything about the first cemetery, go to YouTube and search South Dakota Public Television, Deadwood Pioneer. And it tells the story of a family who has a house which is located where the first Deadwood Cemetery was, and they pulled a permit to, I'm out of breath, god dang it. They pulled a permit to like repair a retaining wall in their backyard, and ta-da, they unearthed the skeleton. And the episode of Deadwood Pioneer goes into the lengths that they went to identify who this person was. You have the people that do the forensic reconstruction. Quite fascinating. So if you care, if you're interested, Deadwood Pioneer, South Dakota Public Television. Here's the resting place of Martha Jane Burke, alias better known as Calamity Jane. Born May 1st, 1852 in Princeton, Missouri, died August 1st, 1903 in Terry, South Dakota. Allegedly, lore has it, there she requested to be buried right next to Wild Bill. However, if you do some research here on sort of the relationship between Wild Bill and Calamity Jane, they really only knew each other about 2 weeks. When Wild Bill arrived here in Deadwood in 1876-ish, he was only in Deadwood for, I don't know, maybe a month or so, a couple of weeks before he was gunned down by, James. Oh yeah, there we go. Jack McCall. The husband pointed it out to me. That yeah, it says it right there, Jack McCall. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Didn't know, they didn't really know each other that long, so not really sure why she had requested to be buried next to him. Probably the truth of the matter is some entrepreneurial business folk thought it would probably be good for the town to bring people in to bury Calamity Jane right next to Wild Bill. And they're buried right up there, and that's where we're going next. All right, so there's Wild Bill, his final resting place here, and right next to right there is Calamity Jane. And then right next door to that, and behind him is Data Creek Johnny. Another interesting character in the history of Deadwood. Have to read up on him, Mr. John Parrott. So here he is. Now this is not the original resting place. Again, he was buried in the original first cemetery and moved here. Also, there was another statue of him when they first moved him here. And about 1903, he had really been destroyed by
souvenir seekers. They had chipped away at his face, at his nose, at the bust. So some years later, this statue was commissioned. It was sculpted and placed here at his gravesite.
So I'm dying. So I might just be interred here at the Mount Moriah Cemetery too. Just came up that big old hill down there, thinking that was the grave of Seth Bulloch. But no, the husband said, "Oh, there's a sign. Yay! What's it say? His grave is that way."
You know what I want to say?
Up that big ass hill.
I want to say I'm out of breath because it's a high altitude and we just climbed a big hill. But no, it's because I'm big and fat.
Same. I've gone from doing absolutely nothing 24 hours a day to thinking I'm a damn mountain climber. Oh, Seth Bullock, I don't know you, but I feel like this was passive aggressive on your part. To be buried up here where I need climbing gear and a base camp and a Sherpa. She's not cute, Seth Bullock. Okay, so right here, dying at the base of Seth Bullock's grave. And I was telling you guys about the Deadwood Pioneer. Well, they did inter his bones. And here they are. Unknown Pioneer, discovered 2012 in the vicinity of Deadwood's first cemetery. So fact check me, bitches. Okay, and if this sucker wasn't already dead, I'd kill her. But there is Sheriff Seth Bullock's grave buried alongside his wife Martha, which, if the HBO series is true, Martha was the widow of his brother. So he married his wife's widow, adopted his brother's son as his own. Brother's son died, unfortunately, very early in his life. I think he was maybe 8 or 9 years old. But here lies Seth Bullock and his wife Martha. Any words you got for Seth Bullock?
They must have pretty much respected him a whole lot to put him on the top of the hill. So he was the man.
They airlifted him.
Yeah, they did. They put him in a horse-drawn helicopter and brought him up here.
Friggin' ridiculous, but one and done, made it. Let's tell the tale, although I'm not back down the slippery mountain slope just yet. So we may still see you in the emergency department. My mouth doesn't even work. It's so cold. I'm so fat and southern and lazy. God, help me. Send help.
Bye.